Hi, hi, Brian. Welcome to the Swandingo Files. This is only the third recording I've done so far, and my purpose here is to try to help connect veterans, talk about entrepreneurship, your military transition out, what led you to join in the first place, and if you have any lessons to give to retirees and soldiers coming out now that you've learned that could help make their process easier because basically everything's pretty hard. And then I know you have a nonprofit, and I do want you to speak about that too some. So without further ado, if you can give us a little rundown about your past and what made you join the Army to begin with.
Well, again, my name is Brian Gibson, 26-year Army veteran. I joined the Army because my father, a 30-year Navy man, put me on a Tiger cruise one summer, and I realized I couldn't swim that well.
That's funny. I like that one.
My intent was to hop in, do my 4 years, get my college money, and roll out.
Hmm.
Well, how did that work out? Well, I found a home in the Army, right?
Well,
Uh,
I kind of did the same thing too.
yeah. Again, I served 26 years, 8 months, 14 days, but who counts? I served as a combat medic up until the time where I got wounded, where I could no longer medically do the medic job. So then I got slammed over into recruiting so I could retire out. I had a cool sergeant major. Why did I become a medic? Family history. I spent a lot of time growing up in a hospital. My eldest sister died of leukemia when I was like 12.
Mm.
So I always had in my heart to help people.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I also
Go
have a
ahead.
brother. I have a brother that died when he was 17. I think it was 14 or 15 when he died of leukemia. And I saw his struggle, and it wasn't pleasurable and it was not nice. And it's just, uh, it was pretty rough. But
Yeah,
that's,
yeah. But I served everywhere from engineer units, infantry units, artillery units, tank units. That's one thing about being a medic. You can go anywhere.
you can go anywhere. Yes.
I got a few trips over to the sandbox,
Mhm.
and
How many did you do total?
uh, 7.
7. Okay. Because I know you were a sergeant major, right?
Sergeant first class.
Sergeant first class. Okay.
Yeah, they offered me first sergeant, but that would require another 3 years. And the wife said something about, I'm not moving again.
I don't blame her. I really don't. So
Yeah,
especially 26 years in. How many moves did you do?
I lost count, man.
Because I know I moved around just about every 2 to 3 years. I was only in for 14 and a half before I got medically retired. But every 2 to 3 years I was moving around. So
Oh, same thing here. You know,
well, I don't know. Now that I've gotten out though, I kind of finding myself still around a little bit. So I kind of like it. So
well, I totally get that. I do kind of miss the moving,
mhm.
but you know what? As I tell people, I've been around the world 3.5 times. People say, "Oh, let's go here." I go, huh, "Been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Really
And the
don't need,
coin, don't forget that.
yeah, really don't need to go back."
Yeah. So
But so what can our brothers and sisters do when they're getting ready to leave, right? First, get every medical piece of
mhm.
paper the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine has ever given you. Get a copy of it. File with the VA,
Yep.
okay? Whether you get a 0% or 100%, file So you're in the system, because eventually you're going to go to the VA and you have to be in the system or you're starting from scratch. My personal thing, the Army put about 10 pounds of titanium in my spine.
Jesus.
Oh,
What
yeah.
happened? Like, how'd that happen?
Well, I had a back issue, right, after my one deployment.
Mhm.
And that's where I got reclassed into recruiting. Well, seven years ago, I had a small stroke. And when I was at the hospital, they put me through all the head scans and all that, right? Next thing I know, these doctors come running in with backboards and neck braces going, "Do not move." I'm like,
Scary.
okay. Do you know you have a broken neck?
Whoa.
I said, excuse me? Apparently, my last deployment, when the IED went off, threw me up against that big armored vehicle, I hairline fractured the base of my neck. I walked around with that for years. I'm just thinking, oh, it's sore back.
No pain, or just sore back? No, like,
Yeah.
sharp shooting pains?
No, just
Wow. I figured you'd be kind of like popping opioids and all this other
no,
stuff. Or, excuse me, in the Army, Motrin. Sorry.
no. But so that happened about 3 years before I got retired out, right?
Mhm.
It took the VA a year and a half to determine if it was service related.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You didn't, clearly there's no paperwork coming in with it. I mean, you were a recruiter. You know what gets put in the paperwork before they join.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they document everything now while you're in compared to, well, I know it was a long time ago, but you know,
Still, they had every piece of paper. The Army paid for it, everything.
wow, they were just trying not to pay you.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the biggest problem our brothers and sisters have,
Mhm.
is the bureaucracy.
Yep.
That's why I tell everybody, file.
Yes.
If you get a 0%, you get a 0%. But at least you're in the system.
So when you became a 79 Romeo, so you were a 68 whiskey first, then 79 Romeo. Did you just start off as a regular recruiter then, of course, or
Yeah.
okay?
Well,
Did you have,
yes and no.
excuse me.
Again, they were getting ready to med board me because I couldn't do the medical job.
Yeah.
Right. But I only had like 7 years left to get a full retirement.
Okay.
And I had a killer sergeant major.
You must have.
He goes, "How bad do you want to retire?" I'm like, "Well, I'm fighting this med thing." He goes, "Well, you're probably going to lose that, but I got a friend." And 79 Romeo's dark side.
Yes. More power than special forces.
Yeah. When you get detailed as a recruiter, I don't care what you're doing, you're going to recruiting land.
I've heard.
Well, he made a couple phone calls, and next thing I know, I got orders being detailed as a recruiter. And when I graduated the school, I got converted to 79 Romeo.
At least you got the option. Well, at least you got the
Okay.
option to stay in, because when they told me I was getting medically retired, I was at 14 and a half. I was in E7, Penn E7 a couple years ago, and they didn't give me an option to retire. I had already been a recruiter before, and I went back to my job as a cavalry scout.
Well,
and we loved our medics, though, by the way. Trust me, we loved our medics. So,
yeah. Again, I'm blessed with I've had good commanders, I've had bad
Yes.
commanders.
Mhm.
Right. We're talking 79 Romeo. Okay. That's the Black Ops of the Black Ops. I'm not asking how Sergeant Major did it. All I know is I got my pension and,
That's good.
and did I like recruiting? Yes and no.
Where'd you recruit out of?
I started in Harrisburg Company. Then I went up to Fort Drum Company. Then I came down here to Clarksville Company.
Where's that one at?
Headquartered in Nashville.
Okay. That wouldn't be a bad area, honestly.
Well, no, I was up north in Paducah, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
The high end of the battalion.
Yep.
And yeah, I did my station commander time.
So, did you ever actually work at the company, or were you just recruiter, station commander, stuff like that?
I was recruiter, station commander. I got to play field first a few times.
Okay.
It was like, hey, we got 3 months before our new first sergeant comes in. You got to come to the company. For what? You're the field first. No, I don't want to be.
So when you were getting ready to leave after, okay, so 26 years in, 2 years out, you can start planning your retirement, all that stuff. When did you actually start planning, like, hey, I'm getting out, I'm going to be done soon, I need to start getting things lined up on the outside for the outside world?
Oh, I started that 2 years out.
Okay.
Actually, I was on orders to go out to Texas to take over a company as a first, right?
Mhm.
When the Army ran out of PCS money. So they froze me. And that's when the discussion with the wife was, I'm not moving again. So I dropped my retirement packet, got it all approved. And then when they unfroze the money, detailer called and said, hey, we got money, we can move you. I said, you guys don't speak, do you? I have an approved retirement packet. We ain't doing jack. I ain't going nowhere.
26 years in the Army, and I think one thing, it doesn't matter if you spent 1 day or 26 years, the military does not communicate within its own ranks.
So I spent really about the last 10 months, basically, because I went and got my retirement physical and all that stuff within the year. So I spent about the last 8 months just going around to the company teaching and basically not doing jack.
That's not too bad, I guess. I mean, you get to run around a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're married, of course. Do you have kids still at home, or?
No, I have a 32-year-old son and a 29-year-old daughter.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How old are you? I honestly didn't think you were that old.
Old enough to know better.
But still too young to care?
Yeah. My son, he is a wounded warrior.
Okay. So he's not, is he still in now, or is he?
Oh, no, medically retired.
Okay.
IED. That's where, if I ever get my hands on the medic that treated him, right? Yeah, him and I gonna have serious words. IED goes off, rolls his vehicle. He's unconscious for up to a minute. Oh, just take some Motrin, you'll be okay. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And I mean, what would your son join as?
A plumber, no less.
What was he doing out getting hit by IEDs?
He was with an engineer battalion.
Where was he at when he got hit? Or what country? Which one of the countries? Afghanistan or
Iraq.
Iraq. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know my first deployment to Afghanistan, we were up in the Kunar province. We only had one road in and out, and so in order for the Afghan border patrol and the army to get supplies, they had to have this huge, massive called clip come up, and by the time they got up there, everything was shot up, and they lost engineers constantly or whoever was with them. So that's why I was kind of wondering, like, man, I hope it wasn't like one of those, but because a lot of guys got messed up.
Well, I've been to the stand in Iraq, and when he was in Iraq, he worked in the same AO I was in, and yeah, he was on Ambush Alley.
Where was that one at?
Just leaving Baghdad, going north, right?
Yeah. Was it MSR1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. MSR1, right? As you left out of Baghdad and going up, that's the only main road for 40 miles before you can get off and go anywhere. So yeah, Ambush Alley. And
yeah,
again,
I was up in that area the 2003-4 before they started getting too big. So, and then 2005-6 we're a little bit further north of that. So, and then but yeah, after I got back from Afghanistan, I got my wife pregnant, and I told I called my branch manager, like, give me recruiting because I need I want to spend some time with my kid because I just had him, and so they gave me recruiting like it was nothing. Like the next day I was on order. So it's like,
oh yeah,
all right. So I did that for 3 years, and then I ended up coming back. I almost switched over to 79 Romeo, but it's like I just couldn't do it. I had my paperwork in and approved, and it's just like I can't do it. I got to go back. I got to have some fun, and that was probably the biggest mistake of my life, though, because when I deployed to Afghanistan, my first one in Afghanistan, 2010-11, my mental health was bad, and maybe in a later discussion we'll talk about what all I did in Afghanistan.
Later on,
try to basically as a way to have them kill me. So
again, brother, again, we've all marched down that same road. I was a functioning alcoholic on duty. That's how I tried to handle my demons.
Yep.
I tried to drown them. You know, this led to me almost becoming a statistic.
Yep. Well, funny you say that. My brother-in-law actually is a statistic. He died of alcohol about 2 years ago, and me and him served together in 2003-4, and then our roommates out of Fort Riley together back in 2004-5 before he left for Fort Lewis, Washington. So yeah, he 2 years ago. So
this is what led me to start Project Diehard.
And so when you got out, how long before you started Project Diehard?
Oh, I started that. That was in the planning stages when I knew I was going to do this 2 years before I retired.
Okay. And what all does Project Diehard do?
Well, our biggest mission is to bring hope to veterans.
Mm-hmm.
We are currently developing 20 acres and a 10,000 square foot building that was donated to our mission.
Wow. Who donated the building?
The Haven of Love Christian Daycare.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well,
that is pretty cool.
This is our first facility.
Mm-hmm.
It's located in Makanda, Illinois. It's named Forward Operating Base Rush after Sergeant Courtney Rush of the United States Air Force. She came from Illinois.
Yeah, Aledo, Illinois. That's actually my area where I'm from originally.
Yeah. And she lost her fight to the demons January 3rd, 2012. This is how we're going to name all of our facilities. This is just our first. This will be a place, a beacon of light for our brothers and sisters. It will have counseling, therapies, skill training, anything we can think of to help, right? Whether a brother or sister need to come for a day just to hang out, sit there, have a cup of coffee and talk, come for a weekend, just walk around the pond, go through the woods, just chill, right?
Yep.
A week, take a class, get certified in computer, television. We just partnered with Third Day Warriors. They're a Christian music ministry thing. We're going to be putting in a recording studio so veterans can come if they want to get into the music world.
Wow.
Okay. When it's totally completed and up to code and all the hard work's done, it will house 12 single veterans. And this is what makes it really different, because 2 veterans with their families.
Really? Wow. I mean, that right there, because I went to inpatient treatment for 47 days out of Texas while I was stationed out of Fort Polk, Louisiana. And, it's all not like locked down, but it's, you can't leave the compound, of course, but you're sheltered from the outside world. And there's nothing, all the stressors of the outside world aren't there while you're trying to deal with this. But as soon as you leave that place,
Well, no,
it goes straight back to all the stressors.
no. The stress, you were married and you have a kid, right?
I got 6.
Okay. But when you were in that inpatient, you were still worried about how's the wife, how's the kids.
Yes.
Okay. This is why we're bringing veterans with their families. So if a veteran has to go and do a inpatient rehab, right? Their family is safe, secure, fed, so they can concentrate on getting better. They don't got to worry about where's my kid's next meal coming from.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm actually excited about that one. How long before it's fully operational?
Again, that depends on everybody who can hear my voice.
Okay.
We don't take government money.
Yeah. Well, how can people get a hold of you, and where can they reach out?
ProjectDiehard.org is our website.
Okay.
We're on all the social medias.
Just as Project Diehard.
Yeah, Project Diehard.
Okay.
You can find us. We ask people pray for our mission, because we are faith-based and scripture-led.
Mm-hmm.
Share our mission, because we know somebody out there has the resources to donate so File Brush can be up and operational. Become a monthly patron, $22 a month. Now, what sets us apart on that is all donations go to the mission. I don't take a salary. None of my board takes a salary.
Nice.
Okay. We're actually trying to bring back what it means to be a nonprofit.
Well, I'm excited to see this. I am. I've never, man, I don't know. I'm kind of speechless a little bit. Just something like this caliber, you're all in your own time. I mean, this is how many staff are you going to have there? Are you looking at right now?
Well, we're planning on 10 full-time with about 7 part-time.
Okay, and it's all volunteer?
No, we will have paid positions.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it goes veteran hiring first, Christian, and then after that. But I got to be honest, look, everybody that is expecting a paycheck from Project Diehard, email us, contact at Project Diehard. You get a volunteer application first.
Okay, so you want to try them out first, make sure they're actually going to be legitimate and not like what we go through with these other ones out here where they actually don't care.
Yep.
Okay, so
everybody starts as a volunteer.
That's nice. That'll definitely thin the herd out and hopefully get some real people that want to help veterans. Actually, if you're setting one down here in Texas, I actually know a few. When I went down here, there's one that she legitimately had a heart for veterans. I just wish I could find her again, but she really took a special interest in us and made sure we're taken care of.
I got it. Look, us little ones out here, we really do care.
Well, that's kind of why I've gotten this lately. It seems like the veteran community, we are really trying to hold each other up and help each other out in every way we can. Of course, I've had my struggles getting out of the military, especially I had three, and then I had one on the way, and then I've had two more after I got out. So, but I'm really genuinely happy I talked to you. This was very nice. I will definitely get the word out there more. We will get this to you soon, and then we'll put it up also ourselves and spread the word as much as we can.
Again, brother, let's stay in contact because
yes.
Let's have you on our podcast.
Yeah. Just shoot me a message on Messenger, and yeah, by all means, of course.
Yeah. So again, we help those who help us. So
of course.
You're helping us. So we're going to help you grow.
Well, you're helping me grow right now just by doing this. And
again, brother, this is what we do. We help each other.
So,
all right. Well, you got to get going on to the next one, but stay in touch. We do a weekly podcast.
What is it?
It's our Monday mission update. Okay. It goes every Monday. You can find it on our social media where we give an update on the mission. We try to bring guests on that have a message of hope, or like you to come in and say, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is why I help Project Diehard.
Okay. So, well, all right, you have a good day, and I'm looking forward to hearing updates with you, and just shoot me a message and I'll hop on as soon as I can. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
Have a good day.